Harry Potter is a series that has recently started growing a lot, with the TV series and the full cast recording. We are certainly not starved for Harry Potter content, and recently, Amazon's Audible has released the full cast recording of Harry Potter. Every month, Audible is releasing the next installment in the Harry Potter audio series, but what exactly is a full cast recording? There's a major difference between a dramatized audiobook and a full cast audiobook, and as a person who listens to many books, I would count myself as a reasonable authority on their compositions. A dramatized audiobook is very similar to a film, removing the narrator and basically having the audio of a movie. On the other hand, a full cast production only requires separate actors for each role and will keep the narrator. Now, a full cast production can include Foley and music, but they don't always, though Harry Potter does. Personally, I prefer an in-depth full cast production, as otherwise writers will often have to add or change scenes to make the reader understand the plot without a narrator. This ruins the feel of the books, so I'm glad they chose the full cast route. Over 200 actors performed for the brand new audiobooks, and each one had their own take on the characters. Some seemed to take heavy inspiration from the film actors, whilst others were inspired by Stephen Fry's recordings, and even others took their own spin on them. This creates a blend of familiarity and freshness, making the new adaptations feel separate from all others, while still book accurate. At first, some voices seem jarring, the main one being Hugh Laurie as Dumbledore. Lots of people know him from House, whilst I, the weirdo British sitcom lover I am, knew him from Blackadder.
Anti-distinctly minty monitors.
Sir Talbot Buxom, MP.
Both roles make him a weird fit for Dumbledore, but he certainly grows on you, and his close friendship with the original narrator, Stephen Fry, definitely helps his Dumbledore impression. Also, I could just be weird, but Riz Ahmed's Snape feels strange to me. His voice sounds off, but I think that's just because of how perfect Alan Rickman's version is, and the degree of difference between their voices. This means that I visualize Rickman's appearance, but have a disjointed Ahmed voice. On the other hand, Arabella Stanton's Hermione is extremely similar to Emma Watson's. So much so that when she isn't, it feels jarring. I hope, as she will be playing Hermione in the TV show, she's a bit more distinguishable from Emma Watson, though I know it will become more apparent as she ages. Additionally, due to the film's influence, a lot of lines can fall flat when famous quotes don't have the exact cadence they do in the movies, especially when others are exact simulacrums. I do think it would be funny though if for the fourth book, Hugh Laurie went full Michael Gambon with the and then was just normal for the rest of the book. We could definitely have a perfect Dumbledore said calmly moment. Secondly, I talked about this in a previous video, but the composition is weird. I get wanting to have a new creative spin on it, but like I said, I think they should have just kept the central Hedwig's theme and just recomposed it. I agree and personally really want and like the new music for the rest of it, but it's just that theme is iconic and allows one to realize that this is Harry Potter. I do like, though, that there's not just constant music, which is smart. I know this might sound dumb, especially as this is a multi-year project, but you'd be surprised how things like that can go under-considered, or even more likely, over-considered, which is often the cause of a mistake like that. Unfortunately, I did think that the Foley did get this treatment. There's a lot of disagreement about this, but I would say that it often feels as if the sound designers are showing off. Not that that's bad, I can totally get artistic expression, being an artist myself, but I also know how it can lead to overcomplication and an overpowering outcome. The Foley doesn't ever bring you fully out of it, but you definitely notice it. The sound effects are necessary for a project like this, but you don't need to include every sound. Just like how in a film, a lot of audio is recorded after the fact, because all that background noise and minutiae that you would actually hear can get really chaotic. Overall, there are both pros and cons to listening to these. There is a lot different from the classic audiobooks, and I would definitely recommend you listen to them, regardless of my opinion, just to see for yourself. But I would still not listen to them over Stephen Fry's audiobooks. I love the experience, but there's just so much about the originals that I love. So maybe if you're a new listener, you'll love them more. But as someone who loves to do impressions of Stephen Fry doing impressions of Harry Potter characters, I can't not prefer the classics. Despite that, as a true Stephen Fry fan, I will rate the new ones over Jim Dale's. I really am a purist. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's short, but I hope it's given you a lot of perspective on these audiobooks. I didn't want to go into too much detail because I do think they're great, and I think lots of people should look at them, listen to them. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this with your friends if they're Potterheads, and even if they're not, just to check out the series for the first time. Thank you so much. Goodbye.